Oh, did it just straight up say no to that? Shit. Let's see if I can get it to play. Well, that did not work at all. Alright, fuck it. Fuck it. Let's rock and roll. Let's see if this beauty works over here. We'll try out the brand new Stinger. Not bad. Still needs some work, right? And a little bit on the music, eh? We'll get things popping. Okay, so Esper Parhelion. We're back. I know, Greasefang. It's hard to say no. It's hard to say no. For those who are new and just getting into Explorer, Greasefang will flip a Parhelion or a Sky Sovereign out of your grave as long as you make it through the trigger, which happens at combat. And it can crew either of these and let them swing, which in the case of Parhelion is 13 points of damage right then and there, and leaves behind 2 4/4 Flying Vigilance Angels, while probably allowing you to do the same thing the very next turn. It's a sizable advantage, and it can pop off on turn 3. So I think you kind of understand why that's good. There isn't a whole lot to be said about this deck. This is the #1 list. Shout out to Vert for winning the Degen Open with it. I managed to get him in round 6 on my way to the top 8 over yesterday, before falling in the semifinals to the one Jame. Shout out to the Degen gamers. Much love for all y'all. It was a lot of fun. Great tournament. Shark gain a viewer just for the title. I wondered. had some fun on the shout out there. Anyway, we'll be rocking out with this, and it's combo. It's a good time. We'll see how we're doing. We're starting in the top 1,000 of Mythic, and I'm kind of curious to see how far we can go with it. I've not played this since, oh god, we tried to tune this like a month ago, and somebody else finally tuned it. They did it right. So, yeah, let's see how it works. I'm kind of curious, right? Alright. Round 1 against Sinner. Probably an angel, yeah. Alright, we've got Thought Seizes, we've got Conniving. I actually kind of like this, frankly. This is, it's a hand that can do a fair amount, and it can have a mini combo with Greasefang off the top. I like the ability to tear apart an opponent's hand. Gonna be one of these matchups. Okay. What is the best way to deal with a deck like this? We could take their Thoughtseize, then they're left with Fatal Push, we Thoughtseize again. We can pull the Sorin. They get to apply pressure that way. I don't love that. If we do it the other way, they probably Thoughtseize us. They take the Rafine's Informant. That's pretty damning for us. I think we gotta take their Thoughtseize. Yeah, I hate going that route, but sometimes you just gotta do it. Yeah, let's go back to back on Thoughtseize here. Okay, that makes sense. Down goes Sorin. We're not playing that game. We are looking for a window here. Sorin just puts way too much pressure on way too quickly, and that's the problem. Yeah, we can do this. So let's start with a little Consider, because we might end up with a Parhelion in hand, which is always an interesting moment. That's also an interesting moment. They can't really get through this, can they? Oh, they've got Blood Tide. They can get through it. There's a Greasefang. Okay. Well, let's make it awkward for him, right? You want to swing, you can swing. If you don't, if you leave the window open for even a moment, I'm going to Greasefang a Sky Sovereign at you, which is pretty potent. I gotta say, I find it pretty potent. Oh yeah, Greasefang's about to clean up here. Love that. Love that for us. We should probably put on the full holds here. Okay, so this can come in tapped. We don't really need to worry about cycling that. Yeah. Let's go ahead and blow that up. Noting we can just replay this next turn because we played the Raffine's tapped. Oh yeah. And there's the first game. And that is how we get this motherfucker started. Alright. Up against Vamps. It's an interesting matchup. What do we see? Sorin's Harvesters, so it's like black-red Vamps. They're going to apply pressure to the grave going into the next game almost certainly. But I like forcing that 99% of the time. We don't need the Can't Stay Away for that. What we need to do is make sure we take care of the early drops so they don't get out of control. It might be that simple. I mean, this is still a lot of threats that are not necessarily easy to deal with. Yeah, I kind of like where this is positioned. Let's push it like this for game 2. This list, good lord. You got to see what happens when we get a mini Greasefang going. Ooh, wow. Yeah, we keep this. This is not a hand that's easy to Thoughtseize away. We're missing a color, obviously, but we have Connive, we have Chart a Course. It's a lot of gas, potentially. Let's get into that Raffine's Informant here. Give me a... Nope, not quite. Okay. I feel like we should force them to focus a little bit here. I like the Raffine's a lot more than the Greasefangs in this scenario. There's the Sorin. Okay, how busted is your combo? That's really the question, isn't it? Okay. Are we going to be able to deal with that? Not easily, right? Yeah, I think we're under the Raffine's here. Gonna be a weird one. Alright, so turn 3 Sorin. Still a house. Still a house. It's been a while since I've had to play against it, frankly. I haven't seen this exact archetype in quite some time. Death Touch, Lifelink, but no flying. Okay, we will take 3 to the dome. That is fine. This is going to do a lot of work for them. Yes, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Kill the Sorin. Step 1. It's a hell of a step 1. And step 2. I hate losing the Parhelion to this unlicensed Hearse, but there isn't really a solution to that. And yeah, we need to kill the Sorin. Let's force them to spend time on unlicensed Hearse. Yep. Pushing through. Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. Okay. Just animate the Hearse, just be done, right? Every once in a while. What do we have over here? Blood Tithes. Ruh-roh. Okay. You've got the mana. Aw. thanks, Sharpie Marker. Appreciate you. Okay, so conundrum here. If we fatal push the Gifted Aetherborn, they should be able to fatal push the Rafine. Kind of awkward, but we do have 2 more Rafines and we can't exactly let that live. Unlicensed Hearse, just doing a lot of work for them here. Yep, there's the fatal push we were thinking about. Still worth it, much as I hate to say it. Swear to God, I will eventually hardcast this stupid fucking Parhelion if I have to. It's been a minute, but we'll get there. The fact that Evelyn can't get hit with Fatal Push, pretty big deal here. I mean, this is just infinite gas, right? For days. Doesn't even need the second color. Wow. That's a lot. A lot of pressure. Necromentia? Come on now. Don't be like that. Greasefangs or Parhelions? Which one are you naming? I mean, it's good to know you have Necromentia. That completely changes how I'll board for game 3. Yeah, Parhelion. Alright, nah. I think that's the wrong one, personally, but, you know, do you. Do you. I would just picked out the Greasefangs. We get a 2/2 zombie for that, huh? Nice. The spice is real. You could smack for 3 if you want. I don't mind. Damn it. Okay. Just a Rafine coming at him. Really hate that we're doing it this way, but gotta start somewhere, right? Yoda emotes. I know, adorable, right? See, Parhelion's out. There's no reason to not keep these for Connive triggers. We would rather find better cards. Like, Unlicensed Hearse is going to be immense. But we have a Fatal Push that they know about. So that'll not work out. They just have to sit there with Evelyn the Covetous and roll us on this game. But they still have to do it, so, you know, we'll give it a second. Ooh, Thoughtseize. Alright. Yeah. Forcing the play right there. That's fine. We can dig it. I mean, the sad thing is this game is still somewhat winnable, potentially. Okay, that was a mistake. They should have let the Thoughtseize resolve. But, you know, we all make mistakes. Soren. Oh boy. Okay. Yep, 4-7. 10-4. Ufta. Really? Like that, huh? Okay, well, we don't need those, and we need that off the board, so let's move it on forward. These are not swinging through Evelyn at that. This is, and quickly. I think we're at this phase already. Yeah. That's a thing. It's a very important thing. Let's hit Soren. Yep, that doesn't matter. So Soren goes up, they hit us for 5, they get a Blood Tithe Harvester, we get a Sky Sovereign, unless they snag another Thoughtseize off this. Ooh, Chart of course, that's a big deal. They don't get it this turn, but still a big deal. I mean, it's weird because this game shouldn't feel this close, but it still feels pretty close. Like, we're gonna kill Sorin and Rafine could just go the distance. It shouldn't, but could. That's why this card's in here as a 4-of. Does a lot of work on plan B, which you kind of need to have a plan B with this deck. Okay, so they've got Chart of Course. Yeah, let's smack Sorin and see what the deal is here. You're gonna need to get bigger, aren't you? Yeah. Okay. Leave back the Fatal Push and kill off this Blood Tithe Harvester real quick. Hiya. Down you go. Man, this not being able to be Fatal Pushed. Huge. Absolutely huge. We've got the Chart of Course. Plenty of cards. That one's not going to matter that much, except that it provides even more advantage, right? And that's kind of the problem here. Yep. Oofta. Oofta. Alright, so we got game 1. Game 2 looking pretty rough, but we're playing it out for a second. Okay, they charted a course instead of Thought Seizing. That's good for us. Kind of fun to connive with a Sky Sovereign. I've never done that shit before, you know? I think we kind of have to do that. Holding this back is not going to give us a shot at this game, so let's go high risk on this, right? Worst case scenario, a little bit more information from them is worth attaining moving to the next game. Yep. Down you go. Gives us a shot, right? Gives us a shot. Let's get rid of the one they know. Alright, so this puts them to 19. What I want to see here is probably a Seasoned Hallowblade. Something to just hold this off for a minute while we start pulling ahead with Sky Sovereigns. That's great. Yeah, okay. Alright. Let's see, Ledger Shredder. Well, that's not very polite. Now is it? Agonizing Remorse, eh? Not polite at all. I'm gonna laugh if they play another spell and let us shred here, though. Yeah! Did it. Okay, so we chump with the Informant. Oof. There's a Sorin. Okay. Does that have trample? Okay, no trample. No trample. None of that now. All that lifelink. Okay, down goes Sorin. We're kind of obliged to play this. I don't love it, but here we are. Holy shit. Lord Sander. Okay, Necromenches, Tube Necromenches. This is quite the sideboard plan for Esper. Alrighty. What happens here? This could just mill us into our combo without Necromancer. That seems rough. I'm not entirely sure why you'd have this card post-board against Esper Greasefang. Alright, is there a card that does anything for us here? Probably not. Let's find out. Alright, so they go a little ways down on this one. We take that just because we get an additional...
Paul and Rathtars.
Oh yeah. What can we possibly grab here? Well...
Is that a guild leader?
And that's not going to be enough. Alright, let's move to game 3. What's up?
Is that a guild leader?
What are you talking about? This?
The 6/6?
Lord Xander.
What is this deck?
This is Vampires and Explorer. So it can turn 3 of Lord Xander or Evelyn.
Cool.
Yeah. It's got some interesting interaction. Okay, for the final game here, we are sitting at 1-1. Turn 2 Unlicensed Hearse. We know they've got Necromentras. We know they've got Unlicensed Hearse. We know that their goal here is to try to make us play a fair game because they can win the fair game on the back of their combos, their Sorens. The question is, what is the solution to this fair game? That entire game really came down to Evelyn the Covetous, in my opinion. So, there's a way to shift this. We push out of playing heavy on the combo end with the Parhelions, and we push into a little bit more of a aggro build that has Sky Sovereign at the top. And I think that's a more interesting way to try to approach game 3, because we've seen double Necromentia, double Unlicensed Hearse. That's already a lot of hate. And we're seeing Bedevils, like Agonizing Remorses, Thoughtseizes. They are going to push in very heavily to keep us from comboing. But we don't have to combo to win with this deck. That's the beauty of playing things like Rafine that lets you scale, especially with things like Graveyard Trespasser that are hard to kill, and having the ability to go into Blood Chief's Thirst and Fatal Pushes to control the board, as well as having things like Seasoned Hollowblade, which is almost impossible for them to kill. So the idea of this post-board game is to just focus in that direction. We've got 2 cards left to cut, though. What are your thoughts?
But probably not creatures.
Yeah, I don't think it's creatures. It's probably just some considers, honestly.
Makes sense. The graveyard's stuff doesn't need as much support.
And I think I like a couple of Duresses against a deck that's trying to get an early Sorin.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because if we can keep them off of their combo, we have better creatures on the low end. And we still have like the Greasefang ability with Sky Sovereign. It's a random one of almost, but we can hardcast Sky Sovereign pretty easily. I don't know. I'll be curious to see how it goes. See, we got robbed of our music. We're gonna rob it right back. Yeah, I like this just fine. Like a little slow on the draw, but we're gonna get a turn 3 Rafine. We're gonna get the turn 2 Thoughtseize, and we do have the Fatal Push back to protect. That seems like a reasonable way to go.
It's a fine hand.
Right. Alright. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. And I'll show you a piece that I actually pulled together here. Is it going to work? Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I know. Took me a second, but 'tis fun. Okay. Rafine's Tower coming down. They Thoughtseize to get rid of our Thoughtseize. Makes me think they have something like a Sorin into Lord Vander scenario coming up here. But there's not a whole lot we can do about it. Okay, nope, they're just dumping out the Rafine there. Got it. Alright, Charter Course, give me a Thoughtseize, right? Or do we just dump the Ledger Shredder in?
I think Shredder.
Make sure that we have some interaction here.
Oh, and also if they play a target for the Fatal Push, that gives us an opportunity to attack, chart, get 2 cards, Fatal Push, and get a counter.
I feel pretty good about our plan, considering how much hate that doesn't matter that they're playing right now. I guess.
Yeah, they mulliganed and time walked themselves, and they don't even know.
Right. Okay, let's do that. Then let's draw some extra cards. We can play this first, though.
No, look, draw first. Why commit to a land drop?
Fair enough. Yeah.
Nothing else to do.
I mean, there's still scary scenarios with... Well, not that. That doesn't really scare me. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like this where we just dump and go after it.
Or we can... what's it called? The ability on the underdog?
Blitz it?
Yeah,
so that we can push?
Yep.
I'm actually kind of all about that.
And that gives us 2 spells, so that we grow our...
Yeah, that's true.
Whatchamacallit. Our ledger shredder. Our Richard Nixon employee.
We won't get to blitz it back after this, but we still draw the card. And I think that's good enough for us.
Yeah, it replaces itself.
Okay.
Full control.
There we go. Ooh, that's a conundrum. I think the Rafine we want, though, more than anything. Do we want the Fatal Push as well?
We don't currently have a way to make it better. I'd say throw the Fatal Push, because the Rafine can help us get more removal if we need it.
And in the meantime, we're still going to draw from this, too. Okay.
We're still full control on?
Yeah, we can take that back off. Let's see.
What's that? Oh, the Voldaren Estate. Cool.
Right? Oh, now we get all of it. All right. Start with you. See if we can force a Fatal Push here. And I think we swing before we trespass here, just to see what we get.
Yeah, it costs us 1 damage, but it lets us have more choices.
Oh no, this will only counts the number of attacking creatures, so it won't count it. It won't cost us. Oh, you mean about the?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the +1/+1 counter that we are getting right now.
Yeah, we want to be able to cycle. None of that now. All right, we've got a clock.
So what does that Weatherstone say?
Non-permanents in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield, and players can't cast spells from graveyards to libraries. And we took out the Nighthawk Scourger, so they can't attack Enuma here. I mean, I like this. They're at 9, and it's nighttime. I think we cycle this just to see what we're grabbing here.
Yeah.
Yeah, those 3 are fine. Okay.
Crap.
That's okay. We will snag out and put them to a very low life total, because that doesn't matter with this.
Yep.
And now they're at 1.
Looking good.
I think we can leave these for now.
They've got black. They might do the discard tooth thing.
Oh, they go blank? Even if they do, we have nothing over 5. And we do have connive triggers potentially in the future. I also want them to think about doing something. I don't know. Like, their castle's offline. They've got a whole lot of shit they've got to do right now.
Okay.
Yes. They had to pay the 1 life in the Voldaren Estate. Okay. And that's match 1 against Vamps. Take this bad boy 2-1. Deck's feeling spicy. I like that the plan B is Graveyard Trespassers. You want to get up on the helm of this?
Sure. Fuck, I think that cup's leaking too.
Yeah, we seem to have a leakage issue.
No, they're old. And they've seen much abuse over the years.
Right.
Okay, so let me take a look at this
Yeah, go for it.
this monster real quick.
The greasiest fang gets the spoon.
Okay. So
No
this is like a
shots.
copy paste?
Yeah, this is the winner of the Degen Open from Sunday, and what I like about this list is there are 0 pain lands at all. It's got the 3 basics, so it doesn't have issues with field runes like the other ones did, and it has a little bit to do with the graveyard, with the 1 can't stay away, but like it really doesn't focus too heavily on the combo. It just gets there naturally.
These numbers look tuned.
Very. Very. This took down the tournament. Actually, the Verts, with the username, his only loss was to me and the Swiss on the final round. We were both sitting at 5-0, and I beat him with Blue-White Gandalf. I thought about running that back, but I was like, do we really want to play Gandalf? You know? Like,
never.
Unless people really are addicted to watching chess matches, I don't think they want to see that. This, on the other hand, is flashy and fun, and it's got a lot more grind to it. There were a lot of points in Game 2, even when we were losing, where I was sitting there going, okay, we don't need the Greasefang combo to win, we just need them to not run vampire after vampire into Evelyn to give them advantage, which they did every turn.
Yeah.
But if they hadn't, we would have been able to push through. So it's got more staying power than I thought it would. I don't know that all the numbers are correct, but that's, you know, part of the fun in running it. Let's see. So there's an idea, and I haven't figured out if it's actually a thing or not, but the concept is you aim to be in the top 1200 but not the top 250 if you don't want to qualify for that format, because the top 1200 is rumored to give you 20 qualifier points, but not specifically that have to be used on that very next qualifier play-in.
Why would they not tell us? I guess that's what they do. This doesn't look bad, but it's a whole lot of the same shit.
I'm kind of curious about it as a test run. Like, does this do anything, or is this a problem kind of vibes? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it doesn't suck.
It's, like, unthought-seizable, which is kind of fun.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Person just looks at it like, ah.
What do you want? Have your pick.
So this looks like it's probably Rakdos mid. Oh my god. This has got to be such a nightmare to look at.
It's got to be, you take a Hollow Blade, I think.
Yeah, those are so hard to deal with. Really?
Guess not.
One of our 3 shredders. You done did it. We have regret now.
So I went with the island here so as to not have to commit to a pathway.
Yep, that makes sense. That's my favorite kind of hand, when I know if they thought C's, they're just going to be like, ah. Oh, good.
What you going to do? Okay, that's Rakdos. Look. Oh, hey. So probably Hollow Blade then.
Yeah, Rakdos has very limited ways to interact with Hollow Blade. And we don't mind discarding things right now.
Certainly not Parhelion.
Yeah.
All right, opponent, do what you will.
Let's see. So Shredders, Charter Courses. Like, I don't even care if they Bone Crush the bastard. It'll set them back quite a bit to do it.
Oh, that'd be so great.
Okay. Fable Life.
Block with it.
I can't imagine them doing that.
Okay.
There's our Black Source. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so I think combat and then chart for 2 cards makes sense here.
Yeah, if they block, we Parhelion. If they don't, we still have a Parhelion to discard. And we don't really want to discard it until the turn we go nuts anyway.
Right, especially with the, Graveyard Trespasser being on the menu.
Yeah. Good old hollows. And just like that, they're at 15. Alright, Rafine's Tower.
Yep.
And that's what we call proper fucking sequencing, boys and girls.
So fucking rare that we do it sometimes.
I know. Oh, but when it happens, you're just like, proud pat on the back. I deserved it. I deserved it. I did it right this time, I swears.
Yay.
Oh, man.
What are you discarding? Swamp. Okay, so hand must be pretty decent.
Yeah. Got a Shandy Shand for us. Alright. Little swingarooski.
Get that treasure.
Gonna get that treasure.
What are you doing, man?
Just hanging out, bruh. Just hanging out. It'll be fun to double Ledger Shredder on our turn.
The second one won't get the counter, though.
No, but it's better than playing a second Hollow Blade. Those in multiples are kind of eh. I don't know that I do Parhelion here, because that just leads them...
Just discard Hollow Blade number 1.
Yeah. That allows them to just Graveyard Trespass and wreck us.
Exactly.
And
they have the mana.
I would love to have the scenario where we top deck Greasefang, go lol, and get them. You know? Gotta Gotta min-max this shit, as they say.
Yeah. Well, we basically lost nothing by doing that.
Yeah.
Hey,
Look at us
what do you
sequencing.
know?
We did it. We sequenced. Come on, Gek. Reward me with a Greasefang right now. Because that would be
It's time to get
funny.
greasy.
That would be so fucking funny.
Oh, you got our Hollow Blade. Oh, no.
Damn it. Alright. Well, whatever. Shredders on shredders, eh?
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Much as I like Rafine, Shredder seems possible.
It also lets us see another card.
Yeah. Now the question is, do we attack, or do we just hold the Hollow Blade back to make sure they can't do shit?
I kind of like holding it back here.
I do too. They're winning the race with what they've got right now.
I really hope you play 2 spells next turn, homie.
Alright, we can dump probably 1 Rafine, yeah.
Alternatively, we can dump this and get Thought Seized.
There is that. Do we need the counter?
It would be kind of nice, because then we can clean block here and block kill there.
Yeah, I think we can lose a Rafine. The 5th land is still relevant for Sky Sovereign off the top. And that is a hell of a card to play against them. Sky Sovereign takes over this game sometimes.
Speaking of cards that take over, that's a fucking problem.
Yeah. Yeah. Rafine is going to have to do some work for us if we can't top deck a Greasefang next turn.
Rafine can show us a lot of cards, though.
Mm-hmm. It should be able to get us into Fatal Push territory pretty quickly.
Come on, Fountain 1979. Dope name.
Rakdos Midrange. So this, a version of this is what I lost to in the semifinals yesterday. And my god, was that a fun matchup. I don't think I've played a set of 3 games in Magic in a year that were that close. Okay.
There's one.
Deal.
You gonna play another spell? Come on now. You can do it. I believe in you.
What I love about this is they have to respect. Constantly. They have to make slightly suboptimal decisions out of respect. So they're probably... I assume they have another Trespasser, right? And that's the reason for smacking in with this one to a Hollow Blade?
Probably.
We still just discard the land.
Yeah,
right?
of course we discard the land. We're not getting baited into this. We don't... I mean, we'll feel kind of silly if we've got our... whatever on top, but then again, will we really?
Is the Shredder... I'm back and forth on that.
What's the worst they do? They play another spell and it
Bone
gets...
Crusher, right?
Yeah, but if they play Bone Crusher, we at least get to see another card.
That's true. Okay.
And then they've spent their turn on that.
Okay. Here for this, yeah.
'Cause we're not going to win this game, I think, by attacking.
Probably not, no.
I mean...
is not really a game that you win that way, no.
After playing this deck a lot, we know what a great resistance it can throw up.
Yeah. This matchup's about finding a window. And if you can find the window and hit it right on point, you win.
Yeah, and really this sorcery speed stuff for dealing with graveyards here.
Yeah. What you got? Is it a Bone Crusher?
Yeah, my guess is a Bone Crusher, even if they do have another Trespasser.
I love this. Let's see more cards. Show me the money. Now, do we hit the Parhelion?
That'd be sketchy. We still have a discard outlet. I'm in favor of dumping this.
Okay. Let's see, 4, 8, 10, 13. They can already represent 13 points next turn. Damn it.
Hey, well, we can still...
That would have been huge with the land. Okay, so if we...
So we Rafine.
Yeah, we have to Rafine. And then we swing the Shredder in?
Yes, because I think there's no consequences there.
Yeah.
And this kills this.
Yeah.
Which means they can send a token at us without losing something.
Yeah. Well, that makes this easy.
Yeah, sure does.
I also like that this will force them into a weird position, potentially. Alright.
And we're keeping up with the race a little bit, too.
Yeah, if they want to What I like about having a Parhelion in grave here is it encourages them to spend the turn on Hive.
Yep.
Which is very much to our advantage if they're going to do that. Okay.
There's the combo.
The riskier path it is.
They could still drop a Trespasser.
They're going for clean up the board, it looks like.
They can still drop a Trespasser because they're going to get treasure off of that Goblin.
Well, they use that to kill the Hollow Blade anyway. Or really? Rafine? Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
It's the more dangerous one.
Yeah.
Alright, we're not trespassing now. Rafine, we hardly knew ye.
Alright, so Bone Crusher's got to die here, right?
Yeah, I think so. And I think we just toss this Parhelion.
Yeah, we can still... Absolutely, actually. Because the Graveyard Trespasser can only clean up one of them, even if they had a way to do it somehow.
Past blockers, block like that.
Plus, if we get a land off the top,
One
we just
blocker.
take out the Kiki, and
Yeah.
I feel just fine about our position at that point. So weirdly, an untapped land off the top is what I would like right now.
I mean, or the combo. That's still quite welcome.
My guess is they have Fatal Push, because they have the treasure tokens to hit Greasefang with it. And they're probably just holding that back like, whatever, we'll win eventually, we've got Blood Tithe.
This is quite potent.
Yeah, so really the best thing here is an untapped land if we can get one. Yes! Yas Queen.
Get out of here, Kiki Jiki! Yeah, what do you think of that?
Those Greasefang's about to get potent. Alright, so now they go push, push, blow the board, and now we're... Yeah, Kiki for sure.
Get out of here.
I think we're swinging here. Everything.
They're at 14, we're at 14.
I want to force them to use what they've got.
Well, here's the thing is... Okay, so this can trade for that. We can't protect this anymore. But then if they kill this, we don't have a way to activate that. But if we don't swing with this, we just bring that. It now takes 2 kill spells. I mean, granted, this could be one of them. I guess that doesn't change anything. Because if they want to trade the Blood Tithe for the Hollow Blade, they're going to get to do it.
Yep. The other fun point on this is if they don't block, and then they only kill one of these two, we potentially have a win next turn with Sky Sovereign.
Yeah, Sky Sovereign does clock hard.
And
Alright,
they
what you gonna do
should
here?
have a Fatal Push for the Ledger Shredder. And then our board's wiped, but we have Sky Sovereign sitting back. Well, they took it. Interesting. They might just be dead. Have, like, nothing in hand?
Or they're too worried about us getting Greasefang.
No, that's true. I mean, it does kill them right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't discount it.
Okay. I do like the way these decks interact, though. It's fascinating. Ah, Thoughtseizes. Yeah, that's pretty dead.
That might have been a top deck. They don't appear to have a very easy call to make.
No, not super easy.
And they're not in a position where they can just hive and get Parhelion, being as there's 2. That's a good move.
It's a strong way to push. Yep. All the mana. That thing is giving them so much mana. Alrighty.
What are you going to have here?
Like Chandra? It's so risky, though. We haven't seen a Greasefang in...
Chandra would not be tremendous right now.
No. You can't kill the Shredder, and it's super risky to let us have a Greasefang, and that's all their mana. But I'm somewhat assuming a debate like that is going on.
What do you do if you've got Chandra and, like, nothing?
Alright.
I mean, if it's Chandra and nothing, it's Chandra. But if it's Chandra and Fatal Push, That's starting to make me think that the last card's not Fatal Push, given all the thinking
Ooh,
there.
that's spicy. Now they have to take the Can't Stay Away.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, that last card can't be Fatal Push, or they'd have just done it. You know what I mean?
I gotta think. Well, there's still the hold it for Greasefang so they don't get blown out. They've got a reasonable chance at getting into this race here.
No, but I mean, they held up and paused on that Graveyard Trespasser for like 30 seconds, and if you have Graveyard Trespasser, Fatal Push, there we go, they got nothing. Alright, let's chart a course and get a Greasefang pre-combat, right?
Do we want to do that or get 2 cards?
We lose next turn, almost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. That's close, isn't it? That's real close.
Eh, fuck it.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. 2 cards might be better here, frankly speaking, because we do have the ability to put them on a pretty quick clock. Then again, if we do it pre-combat, we can potentially get Ledger Shredder up another tick to 5, which means it's lethal the next turn at 6, maybe?
That's pretty good.
That seems reasonable.
That's a lot of upside.
Okay, well, they were going to be garbage anyway. Good enough for me.
So just hold this, maybe they Fatal Push us, which would be hilarious. Or not Fatal Push us, Thought Seize us.
Yeah.
And step cycle it for the best card in our deck.
Yeah. We haven't seen one yet. We're 40 cards deep. It's about time.
It's about time.
They have enough to take care of both Parhelions, but not the Sky Sovereign, which is enough to win.
Yep.
So, go Gadget. It's a time.
What you got, opponent?
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and they've got to take non-creatures here.
True.
So, it's going to come down to top deck wars for game 1. I love it.
As is frequently the case with mid-range.
What a spicy way to play, though. I love it. Damn, it's cool when it works out like this.
That deck is definitely designed to win a top deck war, but it can't top deck the brokenest shit in the format like this one.
Right. And we potentially have our window. I mean, they do get to like treasure into blood with a treasure back for Fatal Push, so they get 2 cards to have a push, but you know, that's the spice of life right there.
Let's see what this turns into. I like getting 2 looks here. Not bad.
So start with Consider or Chart a Course?
They both go, looks like the equal amount of deep.
So probably Consider.
Yeah, the cheaper one.
Yeah.
What's it gonna be?
Well, Graveyard for sure. Right?
Yeah, okay, let's just drag that over. Okay.
Right, fuck it. Let's see if we win. Do you have Fatal Push right now?
Let's see it.
Ooh, and we get a push, which we are keeping that.
Yep. We might need it if this blows up in our face.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be blowing up in our face.
It's got a Sky Sovereign still. Yeah.
Ah! Goodbye, Goblin.
We hardly knew ye. I mean, if they're holding the Fatal Push to kill the Ledger Shredder, that's such a great troll move here. Although we will have Push with Ward and Sky Sovereign. Well, I mean, we swing both regardless.
Yeah.
We play for the win.
Yeah.
They have to have the removal, so.
Resolve.
And we do not.
Absolutely. Gonna discard the Fatal Push.
Right. No mas. All right. Do they get it off the top?
What do you got? Come on, it's a Fatal Push kind of world, buddy. Are you thinking real hard about whether that card in your hand is a Fatal Push? Oh.
Why would you wait till now?
Seems that it isn't.
Okay, but it could be right here. Here's the push.
Resolve. Decline.
Bang, bang.
That was pretty tight. That was pretty tight, but it felt good.
God, I love this matchup. It's way better now that we have a tighter list, too.
So probably these go out in the Plan B thing? Or do we stay with this? There's going to be a lot more Graveyard Hate stuff. They're going to get unlicensed hearses.
They get hearses. They get probably some amount of Noxious Grasp and Raven Feeblement. But Noxious Grasp and Raise are good against most of our deck. There's an alternative plan, which is you go with Duresses instead of Considers, and you just try to strip their answers out. But I don't know if that's going to be good enough. You know, like it's such a weird matchup to try to board for. I don't know. What are your thoughts on this?
I'm actually pretty interested in that plan.
In pushing for the combo by using Duresses to just
Yeah,
buy us a window?
especially on the draw.
I'm with you. I like trying to get a window. I know it's really hard if they land an unlicensed hearse.
Also, the problem of if we go mid-range, we're trying to beat them at their own game.
Which seems like a mistake.
Yeah.
That is a deck that wrecks everybody on that plan.
Now, the question is, do we want to try and get in another Fatal Push?
I don't think we can.
Maybe over the Tenacious Underdog.
Okay.
Because that's not going to be very useful here.
I agree. Let's do the push there. Yeah. This is trying to interact on that axis.
It's a very nice curve, too.
Yeah. That was part of the problem we had with our earlier builds. We had all the 3 drops in the world, and this is a lot slimmer.
This is a very lean list.
I like that it pushes heavier on the Ledger Shredders. That card is really strong. I mean, it's been proving out in Pioneer, Modern, like it's
a damn good card. It's a very good card.
Also, just
I enjoy it too.
It's well constructed, you know, well designed.
I've really been enjoying the connive mechanic.
Yeah,
it's just it's slightly higher value, more interesting, more engaging version of looting.
This is
a fine hand.
Oh yeah. It's also an interesting one because we have to pick the Shredder or the Informant / Hollowblade here.
I think Informant / Hollowblade.
Yeah.
2 cards, you know.
Agreed, especially against a deck with Fatal Pushes. We can't lock into Shredder as the one and only way to deal with it.
And also it lets us discard Parhelion at end of opponent's turn versus Shredder, which is whenever that second spell happens.
So...
I think we thought Seize here to prevent the unlicensed hearse.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see if we can find a window, because we can afford to wait a turn or two. We don't have Greasefang yet. And all we really need to make sure of is that they don't land the right piece of hate against us. Okay.
So...
I am between Graveyard Trespasser and Fable, because both are very excellent against us.
I'd say Trespasser because that's an answer to graveyard stuff.
Okay. Makes sense to me.
And we've got... This is easier to clean up with a Fatal Push.
True. Kiki's always worry me, but yeah, Trespasser is a house. And I think that's the right move.
Trespasser will eventually grind us out of the game. Kiki needs friends.
The question is whether they take the 2 points in the Blood Crypt here. Because if they do, it changes how we play next turn considerably. Nope. Alright, perfect.
I'm thinking... Hollowblade pass?
Yeah, they can't really push through, and... yeah, I'm absolutely fine with that. Like, if they want to spend the next few turns trying to deal with the Hollowblade, that's fine by me. And
yeah.
I'm also fine dumping the Parhelion pretty early here to play that game if need be. Fable.
See what they do. Yep, Fable. Get your Goblin.
Gotta get that extra mana for the Fatal Push. That is interesting. I don't think we need to push here, though. I think the Informant is better, because we'll still be able to Rafine's Tower.
That's not push, that's Duress.
Or, sorry, Duress. So, my plan here is leave back the Hollowblade so they only get one swing in with the 2-2. and Informant can come down, and Rafine's Tower will probably come down as well.
Let's see what we get.
Because I like holding up the Duress for the turn we're going to go off on Greasefang. That's interesting. Probably the Rafine's Tower goes...
I think so. So that next turn we can double spell.
Yeah.
Okay. And does this tap it when it does it? It does.
It does.
So if they go to do removal pre-combat and they go kill spell, which they can do.
Yeah. But then they have to spend their whole turn doing that just to get a Goblin through, and we can duress the Fatal Push, because if they do that, they're probably doing Bone Crusher, Lava Coil, leaving back Push.
Yeah.
Which means if we top deck Greasefang, we win.
Seems legit.
And if we don't, we'll still have Ledger Shredder into Duress, which will force the Fatal Push on Ledger Shredder. Kind of like that as well. I don't know. Looking for windows.
That we won't force shit. They'll have this will have Lava Coil if they don't spend it right now.
Mm.
What you got? 1979.
Fountain, 1979. Yeah. Yep.
The way it goes, precious.
The way it goes. Okay.
You gonna do it?
Now I'm a fan of the Parhelion going. My guess...
They could only punish us if they have an unlicensed hearse.
Which would punish us either way at this point. And if that happens...
Yeah, we don't really have an answer to that.
Yeah. Unlicensed hearse is just this deck's worst nightmare.
Okay, what you got, homie? Respond with more removal?
I was going to say, if so, we'll dump the land and keep rolling here.
Yeah, that'd be worth doing. We can still double spell.
Yeah. We can still top deck Greasefang.
All right. We're thinking about it.
Yeah, they were. Alrighty.
Gotta hold that Fatal Push.
I know. I love how hard they have to respect this. Oh, there's the top deck.
So it is. All right.
So, we shred out, what, Push and... God damn it,
Let's see what they got.
If we play that on blue, we can triple spell here.
That seems fine.
And rip their whole hand apart.
I think maybe start with the Duress and then make more decisions. Well, no, we got to start with this, don't we?
Wait, if we got to play the land first.
We do.
Yeah.
And it should be blue.
Blue, and then we tap the white land.
White land, blue land.
Shred land.
Auto pay. Okay.
Yeah, Hearse forces us into a game we don't want to play, but... Man, this board needs to have an answer to that card. It does not, and that's a little troublesome to me, that we don't have an answer. And there's plenty of them in these colors,
yeah,
right?
We've got Disenchants like crazy. Oh, which one should we discard? This one? That one? This one?
The new one.
No, that one.
The old one? Elder Abuse.
Alright, what do I get to take?
Fatal Push, yeah. And then I guess we thought seize the other one?
Yeah.
Is it the Lava Coil or is it the Bone Crusher?
I think it's the Bone Crusher because the Lava Coil can kill the Ledger Shredder.
Okay.
And they're now in a position where they kind of have to Bone Crush this or they're going to start... I mean, they've got a mana crunch here. That is a problem.
Yeah.
All right, exile what you going to exile. Come on now.
So what's our path in this game now that they have unlicensed Hearse down?
I hope they don't draw more lands and keep attacking, I think.
Okay. I guess a Rafine would be pretty amazing.
Rafine would be quite good. Getting a card draw spell to dig into another anything so that we can keep shredding ledgers.
True. True. Chart of Courses would be great.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Just hope they continue to be stuck on mana. Right, that's the whole turn. We're not presenting much of a clock yet, But yeah, if that's a Rafine on top, or is if we can spell and kind of get some momentum.
I'm still playing it.
Yeah.
That is
still
a
creature.
4/3. Yeah. It also somewhat prevents them from ever swinging with unlicensed turfs, knowing that at any moment all we have to do is dump one card out of our hand and boom. And we have Charter Courses and we have Considers.
Continuing to be a game with them.
That was one of the pieces that I got to witness with Vert that I thought was fascinating, because the first few times I played Greasefang, it was always like you play it only when you're ready to combo. And the way that he played it was just turn 3 no matter what, which was kind of fascinating because I realized how much pressure a fucking 4/3 is.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of circumstances where that makes sense.
Just force people to have it constantly.
It also kind of implies that you have another.
Right. Not so much for us at the moment, but yeah.
All right, Bone Crush. You're there. You sure can crush some bones.
So we can't swing Greasefang into the unlicensed turfs because it can become a 6/6, which is a little awkward.
I think cycling makes more sense here.
Yeah.
Because perhaps we'll get something.
Yeah. We play 1-mana spells that matter.
A lot of them, actually.
And it would be fun to swing with Greasefang and Fatal Push the unlicensed after they crew it, but before they can do anything. Alright, not so much. That's fine. We still get 2 points in the air here. We wave them around like we just don't care here.
And Greasefang will probably hold back the original Bone Crusher Giant.
Yeah. They'll still get to do some swinging. But again, I don't hate this position. I don't love it, but I don't hate it.
It's still a game. It's still a game.
And this, there's like 3 decks, I think, that are sitting at tier 1, and these are 2 of them.
What's the other one?
Gandalf.
That Vampires deck looked fucking cool.
The Gandalf deck I played, I realized how good it was. I went 6-0 with it yesterday in the tournament, and it was insane to me how excellently positioned it was. Like, I got Thought Distortioned 3 times and won.
Wow.
Because you have things like Saw It Coming, where you just like dump it into the exile so Thought Distortion can't hit it, save it for the spell after that, and like you just flip Wandering Emperors into play in response. Like, it was wild how much staying power it had against cards that are supposed to be backbreaking. Like, yeah, one game got blown out by Thought Distortion when it was on curve and I was just sitting with all this removal in hand. But that's it. Every other game that I got Thought Distortion, I won with a control deck, which I've never had happen before.
I think we block here.
Let's see, so they're probably going to go land into another Bone Crusher, and we're taking 8 if we don't. Yeah, I don't see a good reason to hold it back here.
They may not have the land.
Yeah. Either way, going
our plan is pretty contingent on them sort of
stumbling,
stuck on 3 land.
The harder they stumble, the better, and that's a great sign right there.
We kind of have...
Damn. Needed that to be a Charter Course or something.
Yeah.
We really did.
I think maybe we just hold it.
Yeah, we can. I think we hold both, and we smack for 2 here, put them to 11, and I think we have 1 more turn to not stumble.
I don't want to hold both because they definitely brought in their Mind Rots against us, and if we have 5 land down, then we can top deck the, whatchamacallit.
Oh, I figured we wanted it for the Connive Trigger, but that's fair. That's fair. Sky Sovereign is a great top deck against Kiki and Bone Crusher. So let's do that. Plus, by playing the land, we kind of symbolize that we probably just have another land. So then the go blanks look a lot worse when it's just that, you know.
Go blank would also be kind of an interesting move when they only have 3 mana and they've got our graveyard pretty solidly under control.
Yeah.
Okay, so play a... Okay.
So they use this, they crew the hearse, and they smack for 10. As long
They
as
might be greedy and go for value.
I guess they can go this route and crew the hearse and smack for 11. I mean, technically it's a very greedy move. Okay, so they didn't go for the win, which is probably correct. But now
They could be, open that up to a Fatal Push.
Let's see, we can Sky Sovereign. Oh, wow. It's a little greedy.
And now they know we don't have it.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Game 3. Okay.
But that could have been combo.
Yeah, that was kind of what I was hoping for. I was like, if that's a Greasefang and we combo into Parhelion to win, that would have been so funny.
All right, we're on the play. I think same shit.
Let's see. Is there anything else that matters here? I mean, unlicensed Hearst against them doesn't matter. Considers aren't really that relevant here.
Well, maybe, because it would help us get to the combo faster since we're on the play.
Do we like them more than like the Informants and the Hollow Blades? Is that what you're thinking? Or
no, it's whether to go with those or Duress.
I think we can possibly shave a Can't Stay Away. Then again, what's the point? Like, that could still just dump back a Greasefang real quick, or a Rafine.
This seems pretty reasonable, actually.
I like this on the play. I mean, we were still exactly, a runner away from that game, and if they didn't have the Unlicensed Hearst the turn they had it, that would have been a very different game. So.
Also, but, I mean, they were clogged on mana.
Yeah, true.
Nobody's deck was operating optimally.
All right,
on the play, that is not good enough.
Trash.
That is definitely good enough.
Yeah, I'm absolutely fine with that.
What to toss, though? Because
One Duress, probably.
Perhaps.
It's either that or it's the Rafine. The Scheming Seer, not the Informant.
Right.
But I think the Scheming Seer is really good in this matchup, and...
especially getting it early in on the play, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if they go after our hand, they're going to kind of have to take the Greasefang.
Sanctum here, right?
Yeah. All right, opponent.
See. Okay.
On blue.
Informant, I think.
Yeah.
Do a little digging here.
Got to get to another land.
Yeah.
Or that.
Hollow Blade. Hollow Blade. Well, if we don't draw a land.
If we don't draw a land, we probably want to duress anyway.
True. True. Okay. Come on, deck. Give me that land.
They're also really good at killing one of these.
Yeah.
Killing two is going to be tricky.
Come on, deck. Give me that Rafine. No.
Especially if they spend a kill spell on Rafine.
Okay, I love this. They're sitting back trying to figure out how to deal with Informant. I think we smack, they'll kill it, then we get to Ledger Shredder.
Seems good.
Much as I want to duress here, I think the Shredder's stronger.
We need to continue trying to see more cards.
Okay. I mean, they still have to respect the combo land, which I like.
Yeah, we could draw Parhelion and just win. Well, no, we need a land.
There's the push.
So now we are mana cramped.
Very hardcore, yes. And they're about to be not at all.
Their deck continues to operate like clockwork.
Well, sometimes variants get you, and I think this is going to be that game. This is a...
What's in the grip? That's a good hand.
Torch gotta go, right? I mean, push is also... Well, push, right? We have to give ourselves a chance to combo, and Chandra can't affect it, neither can Meat Hook.
Yeah, if we're going to win, it's probably comboing.
So, push it. Okay. And I'm swinging, yeah. They're going to kill it anyway.
Are they?
Well, they're not going to Meat Hook it, but they should Chandra it.
But to Chandra it... Okay, they could play the land and then Chandra it.
And then smack.
And then, yeah.
And to be
block.
Yeah.
So, if I'm opponent, I'm throwing away Meat Hook Massacre.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why they still have it in, frankly. It is not a good card for this matchup.
You never know what this deck is going to sideboard into, though, and it does get you out of jail free in the mid-late game. Especially with Chandra's. And it helps you just kind of whittle away at the opponent's life total while padding yours a bit.
Sure. Oh, Rafine and Greasefang.
What are you thinking so hard about? Come on now.
Just playing some chess in their mind. trying to find the way through.
It's probably Chandra Pass, or Chandra Kill Something Pass. Maybe even Chandra up and cast something.
Chandra up Trespasser would be pretty good.
Yeah, if they're feeling spicy.
Or Bone Crusher off of it.
Nope.
Nope.
Just murder.
Just a little murder. Alright. Oh.
Balls.
That's the literal only win that didn't work. We have exactly one guy. I think we can scoop it, frankly.
Yep.
That's...
Okay, that's the first time this painless mana base has fucked us.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I stayed away from so many of those lands in building so many of the things I've built, is because a lot of these gold cards, you just get boned.
I mean, we can add in some shocks if we want to. We have 0.
We could. I'm not feeling like trying to fix a mana base right now. That's kind of a complicated thing.
Fair. Run it back.
Yeah. See if we can just real quick turn 3 somebody.
Haven't gotten to do that yet.
I want to see the matchup where we just back-to-back turn 3 somebody.
Feels great when that happens.
I don't know if I've had that happen for as much as I've played Greasefang decks.
I've had it happen, but it's a very rare day when it does.
That's good.
Yeah. Perfect mana, perfect life. So that's got to go black? Yeah.
Well,
yep.
It can't go back.
Alright, we've got everything we need for turn 3. Just a Parhelion off the top here. This again. Alrighty then. Thoughtseize.
I think so.
Yeah. None of that.
It's like the same matchup over and over.
I was curious how much Rakdos Midrange was running around. I know it's a good deck.
Oh, hey, look, this is number 216.
Yeah, this would be a good win. And also, you know, if we're trying to figure out if this deck is viable, this is still the matchup we have to win.
Alright, let's just keep marching through.
And then we went back. Alright.
I actually like the Rakdos deck more in this matchup, if I were going to pick one of these decks to play this matchup over and over.
I think Pathway goes, because we can at least cycle a tower if we need to. I agree. Rakdos is favored in this. Okie dokie. Gonna spike field it? It's hard to say no to a spike field here. Really? Well,
So
tower and a Hollow Blade?
That seems reasonable.
Because we can dump the Pathway and the Fatal Push if we need to protect it. If they try to do double here, I don't care. Like, screw it. That's... Yep. Cool.
Who cares? Get out of here. Spikefield. Is that starting to show up in these decks?
Depends on the build entirely. I have seen it every so often. I'd say a quarter of them have that build, and the rest don't even bother.
Doesn't seem great.
I don't think it is.
Alright. Combat. Let's go, Power Ranger.
And I think we still make the land drop.
This makes sense.
The ability to get to 5 for Sky Sovereign's a big deal.
Here's a question. Do we throw out the Greasefang? Because right now we're ahead on board, and swinging for 7's pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
It might be dropping straight into a Chandra, which is sort of the problem.
it is, but it forces that, which I like. Because then we can kill Chandra. I don't know. It's a back and forth, but I'm overall...
I think we're the aggro.
Yeah. I think if we're going to win this, we need to force them to play the game they don't want to play. And if they don't have a removal spell here, it's pretty awkward for them.
I wish there was a way to make this deck more aggro, though. This is definitely a better version than what we came up with for this list. But I just wish it could clock harder. What's this? Discards a card, 2 damage. So do we want a Hollow Blade or do we want a Fatal Push?
Hollow Blade.
Yeah, I think I'm on board with that. I guess we could go for max value and like Fatal Push our own indestructible Hollow Blade.
Countered it. Alright.
Ah, you got it.
Ooh.
Doesn't suck.
Do we go for the win?
Yeah.
So we chart prior.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah, we're trying to win.
Like, if we get a part,
We are the aggro.
man.
Awkward. Well, it's the land.
Yeah, the land goes. All right. That would have been so cool. We had our window. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's how this game goes. You look for your window, you find your window, and you go for it.
Goodbye, Greasefang. We hardly knew you.
Bright side, we get a Rafine. Yeah, it's Rafine.
All right, opponent, do nothing, please. don't even attack with a land. Don't even tick up Chandra. Don't even bother.
The devil, god damn it. What a top.
That's pretty good.
That's a pretty good fucking top deck. All right.
Is Bedevil coming back in vogue here?
Yes, I've seen more of that lately.
Are people running like a 1-of?
1 to 2, depending.
You motherfuckers. Alright. Gotta play it. I'm in favor of putting the land down.
Yeah, no reason not to. It also means that we don't have to click through anything.
Yeah.
They'll do all the work.
Yeah.
You do the work.
With your unpronounceable username.
It really is, isn't it?
I'm just gonna call it Cloaca. Let's go, Cloaca. You sure have lots of options.
Smack Chandra, play Greasefang?
I think so. Eat it.
Hope they have nothing, and hope that they play 2 spells so we can Ledger Shredder.
It seems pretty unlikely that they're going to have nothing, considering they're going to get to see 3 cards if they want.
4. Because Shandi.
Right.
And they only discarded 1. Ruh-roh.
It's not looking good for the home team.
No, it's okay. I was really curious how bad this matchup felt. This was what the finals were, Rakdos, and they got it in 3, but I think let's see, Bone Crush, right? So we leave it out?
Yeah. The damage isn't important, the mana's not important.
Getting Bone Crushed is. Don't let them win the war.
Can't just let them have it.
There's a Trespasser, alright.
Seems good.
Can you play 1 more spell, please, after that?
You know you want to.
And let's get a Parhelion off of it.
Just drop a Parhelion into the bin.
It feels so filthy.
Come on, be greedy.
I'll cycle it, I guess.
Yep.
It sure does cycle.
What's it gonna be?
Damn it, you're not a chart, of course. All at Shandi, I think.
Yeah. Makes sense. A trade they think they're glad to make. Perhaps they are.
Yeah, we still have a shot to do, Greasefang into another spell into Parhelion. If there's going to be a turn, this will probably be about the last one before this game ends.
It's looking grim. They've got a lot of cards. They've got a lot of options.
Only 3 options, though. And those 3 options have to handle Greasefang here. If we can get a Parhelion to go. Give me a Chart of Course off the top deck. Do it. Awesome. When the fuck did that get into the deck? I love it. That is some serious spice.
Is that maybe a sideboard thing?
No, this is pre-board, man. This is game 1
still. It is game 1.
This is wild. We will not be discarding Greasefang. Okay, I think we have a window. I'm doing...
Why wouldn't we consider
Yeah, we
first?
consider first. Absolutely. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Alright. 1 time. Do we? I think we thought Thoughtseize before the Greasefang.
I think we do.
Because that could literally give us the window right here.
Wow, this might just work.
Can you imagine how filthy this will feel if it works?
The opponent would be quite frustrated. Really chap their Cloaca.
Oh my. What do they have? Trespasser goes.
Goodbye.
Greasefang comes down, and we smack Chandra one more time.
I think so, yes.
And then we probably still die next turn, but...
It looks grim.
Oh, God.
Oh, we're definitely dead.
Yeah.
We're definitely dead. They got it.
Oh, well. So we didn't see the other part of the Splinter Twin combo. That is the problem with this deck.
See, this is... I don't know, man. Like, maybe whoever was running it was drawing hot. It kind of feels like you have to run hot with this.
Yeah, I was curious if it was going to feel like it did a month ago when we really went after this, you know? Because that was... I don't know how it felt about a month ago, was you just had to run hot.
Let's see. We took out Tenacious Underdog.
For the push, yeah.
All right. Back to reality. So, yeah, this is absolutely a better version of what we were doing. I don't think I have much faith in it though. From how it's been playing here.
Fair.
The Rakdos deck matches that we've just done, it seems like they can just kind of handle it. They can be conservative because if they've got Treasure Fatal Push, that's a 1-mana solution.
Getting Fable out for them is a very big deal. It's actually, I think, more important than the Trespasser because it provides dual threats, a hell of a clock with Kiki, and the ability to have that Fatal Push turn on immediately.
Yeah, I agree. The Trespasser's better kind of mid-late game. To start just gobbling up the graveyard and allowing them to advance and gain a little life and keep pressuring faster than this deck is realistically capable of pressuring.
And then you get awkward hands like this. And also awkward hands, but we'll keep this
Yeah, that's
one.
good enough.
I think the Hollow Blade goes. We don't have white mana anyway.
Good point.
Yeah, let's do some Thought Season.
Probably just going to wind up Thoughtseizing a Thoughtseize.
Yep. Well, do we care about that? Because the Fatal Pushes are going to deal with the Ledger Shredder anyway. Do we just take out...
But then they don't have information. If they Thoughtseize, they're going to take the Ledger Shredder.
Right.
But if we play the Ledger Shredder, they're going to Fatal Push it. So it's gone no matter what. I'd rather they not have the information of how shitty this hand is.
Sure. That makes sense.
And that 2 life that we could make them lose just isn't worth anything in this game.
I think we may... Okay, Rafine's Tower then, 100%. Yeah. Getting a Rafine out is going to be possibly...
We are now not fucked by a Thoughtseize off the top from them.
This is much better. Rafine it is, baby.
That'll be hard to answer this early in the game.
Yeah, and that should potentially give us a chart of course that'll get us unmulliganed. Okay.
Well, that's easy.
Yeah. Yeah. Ledger Shredder first and then chart.
Yeah, which way is this pathway going? Probably black.
We already have black, blue.
We already have blue.
Whichever way you want, really, is the answer.
Black makes more sense to me because of all the 1-mana black cards.
Sure. Makes sense.
It's unlikely to matter at this point.
Yeah.
But it could.
Well, plains you go.
For a minute, I was like, what the fuck? I was thinking, like, we got boned on that or something.
Okay. So, if we can find a discard outlet...
We have a discard outlet. It's attacking.
Yeah, but it's sorcery speed.
Right.
We will probably just discard the Can't Stay Away. Well, maybe not now. Fuck. Are we just pushing Greasefang out? I guess we could swing first, right?
No harm in swinging.
Yeah. So here's the other side of it. We could discard the Greasefang, then Can't Stay Away it, and we stay up 1 mana that way, but it doesn't really matter, does it? Yeah, we probably just lose the Can't Stay Away here. Or we could lose 1 Parhelion.
I think it's Can't Stay Away.
Okay. Yeah, right?
We want to make our 5th land. You never know. This might be the way things happen. I like dropping Greasefang, though.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Even if they Chandra, they'll have to answer it.
If they Chandra, then we can attack their Chandra.
Well,
Just get it right off the board.
We also need to play a spell this turn to keep Graveyard from flipping, and I like this path. There goes the
They've got no choice but to... I guess they could leave the Can't Stay Away, but...
Do we block the Trespasser? No, because then Fatal Push turns on.
Right.
Fuck that. Then we lose our whole board.
Right. And they're pleased as punch about it, because our hand is just garbage.
Smack them both.
Yep.
Fuck it. Fuck it, check it football.
Come on, you're gonna do something, Cloaca.
Oh, Cloaca.
Oh, Cloaca. Why are you playing this way?
What do you have in the other three cards? Because the first three don't matter here. So it's the three unknowns that do.
They sure think a lot.
I'm really back and forth on whether we should have pushed a Parhelion in because we have the second one over the Can't Stay Away, so that if they have removal for Greasefang in this exact instance, we'd be able to just Can't Stay Away at post-combat. But it's, you know, minor percentage points, right?
Yeah. You have to play a lot of games to really know. Or have a really strong sense of the math of what's in the deck, and I know I don't, and I know you don't either.
Yeah. Well, neither of us is counting cards.
Thinking hard. Okay, finally.
I love getting two Connive triggers here. I think we target the Rafine.
Yep.
I want them blowing that up over the Greasefang if possible. I mean, there's something to be said for hitting Greasefang so that, ooh.
So, we could...
It's Swamp Parhelion, right?
Is it, though? Or
it's nighttime, so they get both otherwise.
But we can flip it, and we can kill it. Although... So, like, if we dump both, we can...
Still get it on the kill with Fatal Push for the ward.
Right. We can duress them, we can Fatal Push them, discard the Swamp, and then it goes back today, so playing another one doesn't solve the problem.
Wait, we don't have Revolt for Fatal Push.
There's that. Okay. So then Swamp Parhelion's making more sense.
Yeah. Much as I want to go a different route, yeah.
See, I'm used to playing this deck where Fatal Push just always kills.
Well, to be fair, this will be interesting.
What you got?
Because if they give us the window here, they give us the window.
What you got? They're also at 8.
Yeah.
And this is a
ooh,
pretty good
Colligans
board.
Is the thing they're trying to do. Okay. It's probably Chandra because they need 2 mana to get Colligans online. And because it'd be Colligans and Bone Crusher is what they would need. Whereas if we take the Chandra, they can't kill Greasefang no matter what.
I like it.
And now if they kill Greasefang, for some reason we just push them.
Yep.
And if they Colligans here to make us discard, we dump the push and keep the Parhelion because any Shard of Course off the top gets us through. Or are we just trying to win on combat damage then?
Well, let's find out. They're trying to decide things. I'm kind of a fan of not climbing a bunch of game trees when opponent's gonna draw a card and do things. All change so quick, and they're thinking so hard. What are they thinking about? What are they thinking? Like, do I K command or what? Do I Bone Crush?
Do I Cloaca command?
That's an interesting choice.
So they're trying to get on their own math. What do we have for creatures in each graveyard? Do we have any?
Don't know. Don't know, but we have lethal if they don't have a threat down, so they can play a Bone Crusher. We'll see. We'll see. Do your thing. Do your thing, opponent.
Come on, Cloaca. Okay.
And we still have lethal if they don't put a threat down.
Yeah. I like it. They've got to have the right top deck.
And if they put a threat down, they put their... Well, they don't totally... No, they would have their guard down because they don't have a revolt thing. Okay. Exile some grave stuff.
So we need Revolt to win?
Or the combo.
Yeah. A lot of live top decks for us.
Thing is, they have to block, which means Greasefang will die, which means we can Revolt the other one.
True. And we'll dump the Parhelion on that one?
Yeah, I think so. Into combat we go.
Then actually we'll probably dump the Parhelion. Ooh, we can put it on Greasefang, both of them. Because it's 2.
They have to block, you're right.
Right. It doesn't turn on Revolt
then we
for
don't,
us.
Yeah, then we don't get to kill both of theirs. I'd rather have, like, Rafine.
Well, they're going to get to... It has to be Rafine, because otherwise Fatal Push is a problem that they have.
Right, and also they still have graveyard stuff. We take away their graveyard. I mean, they'll have that, but that's the whole damn turn. So I think it's here.
Yeah. I'm with you. Thoughtseize and Parhelion?
I'm into it.
Yeah, we can't Thoughtseize anyway, because they have the Bone Crusher.
Next up. Oh, dude, 69.
Ha! Did it! Today's a win no matter what. Alright.
69!
Well, that deserted beach is finally going to do something, and now they don't even get to attack with a hive.
Correctamundo. Resolve.
Although they could, if they get a land off the top, they win. Because they got Culligans and Bone Crusher for 2/4. Alright.
There's a lot of pathways to victory for them.
Yeah. Oh, this is a fun game. Either way, it's a fun game.
And they also have to see that. They might try and do greedy value things, although they're at 3, so it's kind of time. So should I Fatal Push it for value?
And
land.
Land to 1. Oh wow.
Well done. Well done.
So the difference here was not discarding a Parhelion to a Rafine earlier for the extra connive point instead of the swamp. And that's literally how close that game is.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
Or making them use their Thoughtseize. All right.
Yeah, let's do another.
I'm not sure that changes any of those decisions. But yeah, I was surprised to see it come down to life totals there.
Oh man, it was close. It was interesting to watch. Zenigma. All right. Yeah. I'm into this. A lot of room to move.
Hey, can you grab this real quick? There's something I need to check.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's get cracking. Blue, white, black. Got it. Deal done. Moving along. Green, blue. Okay. Should be interesting. Don't need that. Let's see more cards, right? Little shredder of the ledger. Well, I like what this hand's trying to do. Whether it achieves it right away or not, I do like what it's aiming for. What could they have done there? I really don't know. Okay, so even if we Greasefang, we're not getting the combo here. Kind of like going this route more. This is conservative. One, two, three. Yeah, we can still cycle that. Okay, it's a weird line. We're going to try this line. Not 100% on it, but I like the ability to cycle this and then go consider Greasefang, use Ledger Shredder to discard Parhelion. And they're tapped out. Okay. Everybody ready to win game one? Because I like the odds. And this is how we do it. And Parhelion goes down. And off we go to the races. This isn't an auto win, but it's pretty hard to deal with this. We'll put them to 2 and see what they can do in 1 turn, huh? And we definitely still have the ability to do that combo again. Can Fight Rigging gain them enough life? I don't think a Titan of Industry even does it here. Alright, it's Zenigma with the Fight Rigging in Bug. Good old Bug. Haven't seen this in a minute. Okay. We didn't really see enough to know how that has to change. I highly doubt Tenacious Underdog is going to matter. I'm pretty sure Fatal Push will matter a lot more. I don't think this is the Consider matchup, or the Duress matchup. I'm pretty sure Consider is still correct here. And their graveyard doesn't matter. Ray's not relevant. Blood Chief's kind of relevant. I don't know how relevant though, and it's probably slightly more relevant than a Can't Stay Away. And frankly, probably more than exactly 1 Consider. Actually, I think the Considers are probably better than the Sky. The Sky Sovereign's kind of bad against Fight Rigging decks. It just doesn't go big enough. Yeah. Let's stay cheap and limber, right? Cheap and limber. Go into game 2 here. Alright, this seems reasonable. We get to do our turn 1 thing. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Got game 1, turn 4 combo. Playing against Bug Fight Rigging.
Okay.
They went Fight Rigging and then we beat them. Alright, against Fight Rigging deck, what do? Kill the thing.
You always do that.
And we hold back Blood Chief's Thirst because they have a lot of 3-drops. And the odds of us getting Revolt on are not amazing here. Alright, what do we got? Valky. Well, we'll Blood Chief Thirst that too. You get the Ledger Shredder, we get the Valky. Or is it a Thoughtseize here to make sure they don't get Fight Rigging off? It's probably the Thoughtseize, frankly. We can afford to wait 1 more turn on this, right?
Can Thoughtseize before making more decisions.
Well, we only get 1 of these.
Oh, that's right. We only have 1 black Thoughtseize.
So, yeah, I think we just have to make sure they don't go off before we have a shot at it. Nullhide Ferox, Infernal Grasp, and Paluki.
Wow.
Well, that's quite the Fight Rigging scenario.
Maybe they're not fight. Oh, you said we did game 1, so you saw Fight Rigging already.
Yeah. I'm inclined to take the Infernal Grasp. They don't have a play next turn. This is the only thing they can do is hold it back. And by taking this, we can just dump a Greasefang in next turn if we want to.
True. I
mean, they get to this, which fights. It's also pretty fucking good against us, but nah. Our combo matters more than what they're doing. Yeah. And actually, it's probably Blood Chief Thirst, play the Ledger Shredder next turn. Because then we have the ability to get into the Greasefang. Yep, they turn that over into a Ledge Shred. Post-combat, maybe? I don't know. It's a lot of Greasefang action. Burn it down.
Birdie.
I wish it got its trigger, but it doesn't. Wow, that was quick. Alright. I guess they're looking for land here. They got it. Alright. Paluki.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. But they're still in a bit of an awkward position here. Like, we have to take this, I believe. We could just make this a 2-2. And then it can't even fight that.
I'm into that.
And since we have another one, I'm very into it. Because this requires how much? 6 other cards? That'll be a minute. Okay.
All day long.
Well, that's alright. We can take a couple hits from this. I don't think we deploy that yet. I think we're just passing here.
Nullhide Ferox, that's a card I have not seen in a long time.
Right? It's been a very long time since I've seen that running around.
Quite an interesting choice.
Just top decking lands. Damn.
Land go.
Yeah. How many lands do we run in this thing? It feels like we run 1,000,000 lands sometimes. Do we just swing this? No, that can't be right.
Why? That's not a race that matters to us. This holds back Pelukrinos.
Yeah.
And makes Ferox a 3... No, that's a 2-turn clock.
Yeah. Still doing it.
It takes 6 mana to reanimate that?
6 mana and 6 cards.
Okay.
My guess is they're trying to get a fatal push on this, which is fine because we still have another one.
Kind of.
And they could have it anyway because they can fight and go into it.
Oof.
That's fine. I mean, we either get it right now or we don't. Here we go.
There's a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance. Let's see here. Okay. Out you go. In you go. Still a chance. Kind of wild, actually.
I think smartest thing they could do is just attack.
By far, yes.
Stop thinking, just attack.
Yeah. There we go. Okay.
That's what it's got to be.
Yeah.
What an absolute beatdown.
That has to get hit. Alright.
Well,
We can
let's see.
Still do a thing here. It's kind of wild. Damn it. It's this game.
It's over.
Alright, let's move to game 3. Sometimes you see both sides of the twin, and sometimes you doesn't. Not much to be done here. It's not good enough against them.
No, it's not.
The rest of this doesn't really matter against them, although this matters a little bit more.
I like that more. We're comboing, and now we're on the play.
I think we could. Okay, so we put it over what, though, is the question.
One of those fatal pushes, probably.
Yeah?
Or a blood chief.
We gotta kill their turn 1 play. Like, that has to go, or else they start pushing way too hard. So I like having the 6 pieces of removal for the turn 1. That also hit their turn 2, 3, and 4 plays.
You just said 4 play.
I think it might be a consider. Actually, how many lands are in this stupid thing? 23? We can go to 22 on the play.
I don't think so.
Like geniuses. Thoughtseize? As a one of out? Or a consider?
Consider helps the combo.
Maybe it's just we can't afford it then.
I'd rather go with a Thoughtseize.
Alright, let's just say we
Combo
can't.
hard.
Yeah, let's just say we can't afford it and mess with it. I'm kind of curious. Zenigma. Alright.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little slow, but we're on the play. And
it can get fast really quickly. Untapped land could make that really fast. I think it's Thoughtseize.
yeah, we need to get...
Maybe they only have 1 3-drop. Who knows?
Correct.
Yep.
What is that doing in there? Wild.
Beating face is
Right.
what the fuck Vorinclex is doing. As ever.
Oh, that's awkward for them. All right. I Are we charting a course or Rafine's Informant here?
I like Rafine's Informant, although, hang on, I actually like Ledger Shredder more because it lets us see a shitload of cards next turn.
Does it?
Yeah, because we can play it now, and then next turn we can attack with it to chart if we want, to get the other land, to maybe consider, and just do all kinds of shit.
So they'll have removal. If we don't hit a land drop here, I think missing a land drop here is a much bigger deal. So I'm pushing on chart for that exact reason, because I don't like missing land drops here. And if we do, we're putting ourselves in a very awkward position. Holy fuck. Okay. They don't have graveyard interactions that I've seen. So the Parhelion can go, but wow, that is brutal. Okay, deck. I need the third land.
Here comes a 4-drop.
Yeah. Gotta be right. Oh, I guess that makes sense. You probably take the Informant here. At least that's where I would go with it. I don't know, maybe it's the Rafine. The Scheming Seer. Ledger Shredder. Interesting. Okay. Do you swing? No, just turning it into that. Yeah, alright. Let's go this path then. I did cut a land, Wizards. God damn it. I left all 23 lands in. It kills me. Alright. How do we win in this position? We've got Consider Seasons and Rafines. That's a lot of pressure.
It's a really cool animation.
Yeah. So I think I'm on Seasoned here because I can actually do fine against that with the Rafines.
Yeah, I can hold it off.
Like if they have to waste the Infernal, then we can still get it, and we'll consider on their turn, which might get us the last piece we need. Because I'm definitely a fan of let's force the Infernal Grasp out if we can.
Okay. They're allowing themselves to Infernal Grasp.
That's what that is. Okay.
Oh. No, it's worse.
No. Far harder to deal with. Okay. And yet, I'm still, I mean, outside of Vorinclex, I'm pretty okay with this scenario. Okay.
Fucking Vorinclex.
Yeah, it's going to be quite the card.
Vorinclex in the house.
Losing
Unless we win right now.
Yeah. We could.
Dump it.
Does that do anything that matters?
We need combo.
Yeah, I don't think it matters.
It's combo time. That's not it. Show us more cards.
Well, we can start
Yep, I think so, because we could still win.
Greasefang, one time, yes! We still have it in there? Yes, we do.
Hooray.
Slaughter Pact.
I wish Slaughter Pact were in this format.
Right. Alright. I guess this isn't an auto win, but my, is it spicy. If they have like artifact removal in the last card, that's gonna feel so rough. Oh man.
Somehow they have a disenchant.
Right.
It's almost too late.
Okay, so we hit for 13. Do we hit harder though? No, because we can lose on the crackback.
We just bring the Parhelion.
Yeah.
Bring the Parhelion and...
Select a player or planeswalker to attack. What?
Oh, what? Does the opponent... What's going on here? Okay.
It thinks there's a planeswalker in play somehow.
Does it think Pharax is a planeswalker?
I don't know. You know, maybe. Alright, well, back you go. Good bait for my Seasoned Hollowblade.
It's looking good.
Yeah. They get to go to 9, And they're definitely killing a well, they have to go down, though, to kill the Greasy. Aha. A clue. Yeah, you know, we played for the win.
They seem kind of screwed now.
This is not a good position for them to be in, no.
All right, the life is going to be the same if they use their Infernal.
Yeah.
And it's going to take 4 of their 6 available mana.
Yeah. Yeah. Old Nullhide. That is a weird non-bow to put in your deck. You know what I mean?
Kind of, though. Kind of, because a lot of times Great Henge winds up costing 5 anyway. And it's not really that different.
Good old bug fight rigging. I have not seen this particular build. I've seen similar builds.
What's the blue for?
I haven't found out yet, actually. I've just seen...
Maybe some counter spells?
Ostensibly, right?
So that they can... I could see it being counter spells so that they've got a way to beat Gandalf.
Yeah. Yeah, that would make sense. Okay, so they have a way to block the 4/4s. The fun part here is we get to do this. And this feels like it's the right kind of play to be making. Because we're going to swing everything and then put everything on seasoned. Yeah. I'm going to say that's...
Swing with nothing.
Okay, I feel...
Number 1000 on the dot.
Yeah. So, 0-2 against Rakdos Mid, and we beat Vamps and Bug Fight Rigging. So this still peels out wins against everything random. If you're expecting to see not Rakdos Mid, I think there's some merit to a deck like this. But if you're expecting to see Rakdos Mid, I wouldn't fucking risk it.
This is a great deck for a gambler.
Yeah.
For a gambler, which sometimes is fun. Sometimes is fun.
If you're trying to run hot too, this is one of the best decks to run hot with.
I like this better than the balls to the wall version.
Yeah.
It definitely can get there with damage. It's scrappy, but it can do it.
It's very scrappy. It's trying to do a lot of things that I like. Some things I would look at is whether or not the Tenacious Underdog wouldn't just be better as another Charter Course. I would also be curious if Can't Stay Away should just be a Fatal Push given the level of graveyard interaction we're seeing. Because those two provide... One, Charter Course is better for the combo. And Fatal Push number 4 in the main might just be a stronger choice to open up those windows and push damage through. I think this split of Parhelion and Sky Sovereign is still great. That's exactly the split I would go with. And Rafine's and Greasefangs are great. Seasoned Hollowblade's great. I don't know that I love Rafine's Informant. I'm back and forth, you know what I mean? Because like Bone Crusher's in this format, and that is so rough to play into Bone Crushers. I don't know if 2 more Hollowblades... It gets you a draw,
gets you a discard. It's fine for this.
Like, is it better to play 2 more Hollowblades, though, and have something that's more resilient?
The difference is that Hollowblade cannot dig.
It can't. No, it can't, but it does make for a really good way to get Charter Course online, and a really good way to get Rafine kind of scary quickly. Right? So, back and forth on that.
Which explains the 2-2.
What's up?
Which makes the 2-2 make sense. They both have their benefits.
Yeah. Yeah. Sideboard, I don't know that I'd shift a whole lot here. I mean, this is clearly set up to deal with the mirror and to do a fair amount of grinding against control with these Graveyard Trespassers and the Duresses. And, you know, it's also got some pieces for the speed aggro, mono red. Like, I feel like this deck acknowledges that its worst matchup is going to be Rakdos Mid, and it just says we either get lucky or we lose.
That seems about right. Rakdos Mid, the games that we played against it where we were losing, there are times where maybe it looked kind of close. It never felt close to me.
Yeah.
You know, the life totals were going back and forth, the resources were getting exchanged, but they had the treasure up, they had the removal. They did the thing they do where they just kind of court death but eventually kill you.
Right. The whole time you're like, maybe. It's just edging against Rakdos Mid, just constant edging. Mm-hmm. Which, you know, is how it goes sometimes. So, anyway, we'll be back with something spicier tomorrow. I've got a few different decks in mind. I promise you there's one I still have to work on building it because the only 2 builds I've seen were garbage, but the concept is really cool, and I'm hoping to finish up the build late tonight and, you know, play a few games to make sure it's viable, but if it is, it's going to be real spicy tomorrow. So,
all right. See y'all tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Mañana.